Today's Keeping Kids Safe is called Friends Care About Each Other. This story is about Matthew's special friend. Matthew always spent every Wednesday at home with his grandma. He loved these special times because he and Grandma found something interesting to do together. Matthew was pretty shy and quiet, but he really enjoyed talking to his grandma. One Wednesday morning, Matthew was helping Grandma clean their living room. Grandma was pushing the vacuum cleaner, and Matthew was dusting the coffee table and shelves in the room. Matthew was being so careful that even Grandma noticed and said to him,
"You are doing a really good job today, Matthew. Our room looks so shiny and clean."
Matthew gave Grandma a big hug and said,
"What are we going to do today?"
Grandma said,
"You remember Mrs. Walker who lives next door? I noticed she hasn't had any company lately. I'll bet she is lonely. Why don't we bake some cookies and take them to her? Do you think she would like that?" "Oh boy, Grandma, can we bake chocolate chip cookies and make I have some too?"
Matthew and his grandma baked the cookies, put them in a pretty tin, and tied them with a bow. They took the cookies next door to Mrs. Walker's house. Mrs. Walker was glad to see Matthew and Grandma. She opened the tin of cookies so she could share them and said,
"Matthew, would you like one?"
Matthew said,
"Yes, please."
in a real soft voice.
"Matthew, can you come and sit in this chair so I can see and hear you better?"
Matthew went over to Grandma and hid his face in her shoulder. Grandma explained that Mrs. Walker is hard of hearing, so it would be help if he could talk louder. Matthew gradually slid over on the sofa until he was closer to Mrs. Walker. He said in a nice loud voice,
"I'd like a cookie, please, Mrs. Walker."
After they had all the cookies and milk, Grandma said they needed to go and do some errands. Matthew was having such a great time with Mrs. Walker. He said,
"Grandma, can't we stay longer, please?"
Grandma said,
"We have to go, dear, but we'll come back next Wednesday." "Oh, good. Is that okay, Mrs. Walker?"
said Matthew.
"Matthew, you behave so nicely. I'd love to have you come over again."
Who are some of your adult friends? Oh, that's nice. How do your adult friends show you they care about you? Oh, that is really nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Keeping Kids Safe. Stay safe. See you next time.